So we had a lot of fun in Colorado, riding around our unicycles and everything, but now it's time to move on to Wyoming and check out Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park. So last night we picked the campsite that has a bunch of animal bones left here, as well as some animal dung scat.
Bless you.
So my wonderful dog Attila here, as you all know, is an absolute super genius. So we let him off leash for a moment at our campsite in Wyoming, just outside of Grand Teton National Park, and he takes off running. He had been doing pretty good, and then he just runs back up the road, all the way up here. I find him digging around over here in the grass, and I come up, and then I hear a noise, and up in the tree over there, there's this massive hawk, like just looking at him. It takes off flying right as I run up on it, and I'm pretty sure that if I had left him there for a couple minutes alone, he would be flying off over the mountain ridge like the hobbits trying to get to Mordor. So So before we got to Yellowstone, we stopped in Grand Teton National Park, which Kristen and I both actually enjoyed more than Yellowstone. We were able to just see more wildlife. It was far less crowded. I think it was actually prettier. It had more range of mountains and wildlife, like the bald eagle and the weird animal. And then there were some horses and dogs that Attila barked at. So yeah, all in all, I just thought it was way more fun. So I've driven all over the country multiple times and always been excited to see bison. Bison have been one of my favorite mammals for forever, and ever since getting to Yellowstone, that's all I wanted to see was bison. And we drove around for hours and hours and hours before we finally saw any. And thankfully, we saw a herd off in the distance. Couldn't get them on video very well, but we found this big old guy right on the edge of the parking lot that we could just get out in video. And then we saw another one, like this big old boy, walking just along the side of the road. He's absolutely beautiful, perfect example. And of course, as life would have it, right as we get close enough, this big old truck just gets right in the way and blocks our shot. And by this point, plenty of the rangers were behind us, and there was this massive line screaming at us to keep moving, so we moved along. We did finally get to see Old Faithful as well. I didn't know how exciting it would be. We had Attila with us, and it was pretty hot and crowded, and he was screaming at all the other dogs, so we had to watch it from a big distance. And we had to leave a little bit before it was over, but wow, it is way bigger than I was expecting. But that's pretty much it for this video, for this episode. From here, we will be moving on to Utah and through Montana, and on our way to Oregon. So the next episode will probably have a little bit of everything from that trip.